recorded from the Guilt-Free Comedy headquarters in Brisbane. Welcome back to the Guilt-Free podcast. Today we're here with our very special friend, Neel Kolhatkar.
How you going, guys? Yeah. Good to be here.
So I had to double check
I
that one
heard
in
that
my
little
head.
pause there.
Did you hear
I fucking...
Am I saying it right?
Here's the thing.
that was good.
Suraj
That was just
Kolhatkar
white
has
guilt.
moved here.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
he's
that
got
a lot.
a
where
very
I'm
similar last name
so
to me.
similar, and it's...
I thought we were related for a while. Turns out his dad changed his name to be more like the area where my family was from.
Okay.
To try to fit in. I genuinely thought we would have been like third cousins or something.
Or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
No.
no.
How do you pronounce it?
Kolhatkar.
Oh, sorry, I got it.
Kolhatkar. I think the proper way is just Kolhatkar with an Indian accent, so it's Kolhatkar.
Right, I'm not going to try
I
that.
think it's
I'll
called
try.
hut
You want to try
instead
it?
of hat, but I say hat.
Kolhatkar. Oh, that was
That's
in a
how
funny
my
Indian
dad-
accent. Yeah.
Kolhatkar.
Kolhatkar. That was.
Kolhatkar. You just got to do a head bobble with it.
What's your best
Get that on
upload?
film.
Oh, yeah.
Do your best upload.
Snip that shit. I did watch a thing on TikTok though. There was a lady's like the 5 most common head bobs in India, and I was like, what the fuck? No, but she went around and filmed people and was like, "This is the friendly one," and like she walked up to a dude. Yeah, legit.
Well, that's probably. You know what? I
It's
don't think
probably-
that's offense. I think
Is
that's
there an
a
angry-
natural thing.
She was like, "I'm a white lady. This is what I saw." Do you know what I mean?
Is it a bit like a
They probably-
rattlesnake?
And they were different.
Indians don't care about that
All
stuff.
5 of them
man.
were different. All 5 of them were
Yeah.
different. I was like, I can see distinct changes in these head bobs. One was mad. It was, you know what I mean?
They just mean it's totally
like a
based on
back, like a
context.
back
Yeah.
lady telling you off. You know what I mean?
Bit like a
it's
rattlesnake. You get too close and it's like... tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Most of them are just. I agree. They're just the fair dinkum in India.
Yeah.
Just.
Fair
this
dinkum,
is
mate. Yeah, fair dinkum, mate.
The one thing I will say that there's a dude on TikTok. He does not do justice to their street food. He goes around and like shows clips of these guns just with their feet open and shit up.
Oh yeah.
And he sits there going, "Oh yeah, give me some of that." And I'm just like, dude, don't do this shit.
Hygiene is a non-existent concept there.
There's some wild
unfortunately.
shit.
That's
There's some
anything.
I've definitely seen some wild shit.
Particularly
There's like a
the
dude
street food.
washing his hands with the oil as he's putting it in the pit. I've seen too much over there. But man, there's like, if you're in a place where shit's limited and you've got like that happen, like China as well. Have you heard of the sewer oil in China?
That's where the bats came
I don't know if I
from.
want to. The sewer oil.
Sewer oil in China is like the biggest, like that's where all their street food is cooked in.
Oh.
Because oil's so hard to get. What they do is they go get sewer water, cook it down till they get the oil back out of it, then sell that oil. Don't believe me? Go and look it out.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what the street and like man, I don't know. It's
That'll be a
actual
fact checked in the
it's legit.
description.
It's legit. Hands down. I think it like I read it 8 years ago. Like that's how old this fucking news is.
Wow.
And it's like a market. It's like a black market. And like
Before
they're trying to
COVID.
stop it and shit. Yeah, before COVID.
Before COVID. And so if that's real, we shouldn't have been surprised, you know? Like, there should have been like, yeah, this horrible disease is coming out of China. We're going to like,
If
yeah,
anything,
duh.
it should have strengthened their immune system
That's what I'm
enough
saying. You've got like a gut.
to
Like
handle a little.
Oh, they've had COVID 17,
COVID,
18.
bacterial
They've had
virus.
them all. It's just 19 that got out.
well, I think I was about to say,
out of the prison.
Yeah.
I think China said we've only lost 2 people from COVID the whole time. We're good.
Yeah, they're fine.
When they
They've-
first came out,
they've
they
been,
with their numbers in like
and one of
6
them-
months.
They've been
One of them was
harder
the
for
guy
fighting
they-
that sewer water.
Yeah, we've lost 3 and one was coughing and fell down the stairs. You know, it wasn't even really COVID. Like that's their numbers
them
were
wa-
so fucking low, cunt.
One of them died from a headshot. The whistleblower. He had COVID too.
We took a leaf out of Boeing's book. Yeah. Fuck, that was a wild story. Did you hear about the Boeing fella?
All I heard was there was 1 or 2 whistleblowers, and they just were found mysteriously dead. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was testifying. There was
That's
one
what-
big
Isn't
whistle.
every plane Boeing?
Pretty much every plane.
Boeing
and
is
this was
like the
around the
it's
time
the
those
type of
doors were
plane,
just
yeah.
coming off. there was
Jesus
just like
Christ, man.
multiple, oh man, footage of just a fucking door coming off. Old lady in the seat, her hands like, oh man, fuck. I feel like we're in a fucking
Wow, bro.
in a fucking movie at this point with the shit that's going over in the Middle East as well. Like, yeah, I don't want to get into that because that'll split them. It's not funny to talk about that. The biggest issue I've got over there though is
I don't know.
the media. If we could get into
You
it,
can make it funny.
The problem, no, I don't know how to make it funny because I've got a very strong opinion. Problem I've got with the media though, it's going look at these uncivilized browns and look at these civilized whites. Like the level of racism in the Rupert, like the Murdochs that he's pushing is insanity in my eyes.
Yeah, mainstream
only
press is
angry
very
head bobs
pro-Israel. Yeah, they're pro-Israel.
Well, except getting paid. It's all Zion-arty fucking... Anyway,
Yeah,
let's not get into
there's
it.
a lot of money there, and
There's
but
only money
What do
there.
they say? The first casualty of war is the truth, man. You just have no idea what's going on because
I'm watching...
there are legitimate Islamist terrorist organizations that operate in Palestine and southern Lebanon and then the Islamic regime in Iran. But then does that justify what Israel... I mean, I don't fucking know, bro.
The biggest issue I've got, I don't think you can be a victim if you're an oppressor. That's where I get the whole...
Yeah, there is a sense with Israel where they've just maintained that victim identity from World War II, which fair enough, they were the victims there.
Absolutely.
But then they've now, they've become the bully to be safe, in a way.
Yeah.
And that it
But
makes sense
yeah.
psychologically, but it doesn't look good right now. When the UN is like,
So
you've gone too far. That was probably the point where I thought, okay,
I will say...
hard to defend. It's not self-defense at this point.
Yeah, it's a hard position to take. If that's a position you're taking, I disagree. Like if it's no. You're absolutely not doing that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Einstein back in 1920, I think he was like, how old? Yeah, I think he was around in the 90s. Anyway, he was asked to be the head of the Palestinian, the PLC, or it was either asked to be head of the Palestine or head of the Israeli something over there. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was Palestine as a Jew. And he wrote back going, nah, the Knesset is echoing shadows and very much holding the belief of the Nazis, and that is where I feel like it's going. And that was back in 1928 before he died. So if that's what I did. I went, 7th of October, that doesn't just happen. So I went back and watched all of that shit. And then when you've got...
There's definitely a lot of history.
But you've also got, like, I just went back to smarter people that know more than me. That's what I did. And the other thing was, who's the dude that got let out in South Africa that was like...
It's just, I think it's just...
Mandela.
Extremely hard to find an entirely unbiased opinion. And what would constitute bias in that situation? Because I'm just looking at some of the podcasts online or even some of the books that have been written about it. And there's people who are either... they have a very strong narrative one way or the other. And it's so impossible to know.
Extremes on either way.
Sure, there's just a lot of...
it had to be a third party who doesn't care, and I'm sure that their opinion would be like, it's fucked either way.
Yeah.
People are dying and they shouldn't be.
I guess the problem is the similarities. We'll move on. I just want to move on because this shit's getting fucking too real.
I got Reddit stories, it's fine.
Somewhere in Germany, a lady went and looked, and there was like, as the World War II happened and the gas chambers were happening, the Germans built... Well, the supporters of the Nazis built bridges so they could watch the Jews get gassed. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I saw the other day was in Israel, you could book a boat trip. They knew when they were bombing Gaza, and you could go out and celebrate the bombings. And really? I'm like, there's that.
That's pretty sick, man. That's
that mentality.
Even if you hate the people or something,
celebrating that's where I kind of Anyway, so let's move on because it's you can keep. So like that's what I'm saying, and like the amount of like Twitter shit that I watched and like kids getting like their skulls cleaned out without anesthetic because there's nothing there outside a hospital that's been bombed. And to be like, we're scared, we got to run to our bunkers. Like, these children don't have fucking a family anymore, cunt. You killed 84 people.
You're making more terrorists.
The biggest recruiter for Hamas is Israel at this point. And that's. And I think genocide is suicide. And I think we learnt that with Germany.
That's going on a T-shirt. We're printing that next week.
Genocide, suicide.
That's the merch, is it?
Yeah. We're going to get puff print.
That whole section, we're just going to cut out and have elevator music playing.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those new ones where it's just like the back of it's everything Richo said.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be little fact check prints where it's necessary.
I'll send you references. Anyway, it's hard for me to, anyway. I guess I'm probably not the best too. I'm probably easily persuaded to be an extremist too. So I've got to be careful.
Is everything about him is extreme. He can't do anything in a
exactly.
in a
look
simple
like you live
way.
in a bunker somewhere.
Absolutely, I would absolutely.
This is like a doomsday presser.
Wait, look, I'm absolutely prepping in a way, like getting my mental ready. I've got kids at home that I've already gone.
He's
selling
picked which
you
one he's
for
going to
guns
eat.
and money when shit comes. Like, I don't even let them call me dad anymore.
Them, but then you're just straight out selling them.
The hell are they going to help? They're
selling them to
so
Diddy.
we're not even buying children. We're asking if you have
food. Gone right now.
So you put a couple of bottles of oil. No, like it's one of those things like
Some
if I-
sewer oil.
Like in a comedic
sewage
kind
oil.
of thought process, I'd sell them, get guns and food, and then I'd survive as much as I could and just come across people.
Well, you know, kids are too soft these days. Maybe they do need to be sold into child labor,
Oh,
slavery,
yeah,
Diddy,
absolutely,
mansion,
bro.
whatever.
Well, at
That's
that
what
point,
toughens them
They don't
up.
even get
At
a
that
Gen
point-
next. It's Gen Z, whatever the new one is, and then after that, it's just you don't get a generation anymore. You're just child slaves now.
Child slaves,
Apocalypse,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'd just be a really nice guy and be like, oh, hello, I lift heavy things and come a lot. You know what I mean? If we want to reproduce and build stuff, like I'll kind of get in.
So you'd sell your kids and then reproduce more
But I'd
So
go
you can
out.
sell those
to
too.
sell them.
But that's how
Yeah.
that's how I'd get into
Infinite
other
money
Big
colonies.
investment, 9-month investments here. That
You're not listening though.
That's
I'd
an
get into the
infinite
other
money
colonies. That's how I'd get in, and then I'd kill them and eat them, and then move on to another colony. I'd be the only fat cunt 4 years into the apocalypse. Do you know what I mean?
So why would they let you in?
Because I'm nice and kind of got a really gentle smile.
The
And they'd be
fatter he
like, this
gets,
guy
the bigger
comes
he
a
can
lot
have
and lifts
he.
heavy shit. So
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
the goal. That's the goal, Neil. I
I
know I
work
need
out
some
every
work.
day.
It's a good plan.
I need
yeah.
some work. I know there's some like little things I've got to tweak, but yeah, I'm getting there.
Also,
If all
because
the
you
kids
look.
you've sold over 20 years eventually raise their own army and come for you.
There we go. Yeah, and then I can have a battle duet at the end, and that's
You're going to
legacy.
be the Genghis Khan of the apocalypse.
Changing the fucking carbon
Directed
footprint
by
on the
In
earth.
Michael
a thousand
Bay.
years, they're going to start doing genetic tests. It's like, it all goes back to this one cunt. What?
This shitty burgundy beard. What the fuck is this guy?
Genghis cunt.
Ginger cunt. Yeah,
Oh my god,
that's fucked.
that's good.
We do have to. We got some. Before
I do have like a, because it was dark before. I do have a Reddit story to palate cleanse
Palate,
before we
sure.
move into funny stuff again.
Let's go.
So I've just gone through like I've gone through the best of Reddit stories from the last 10 years. Have you been on Reddit much?
Sometimes at night I'll have a scroll. I'm not the biggest fan of Reddit. I just think the vibe is a bit neckbeardy.
It can be. It can
Absolutely.
very much be.
Absolutely, but I love to see what they're up to.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
love-
you want to know.
I used it for porn initially, and then realised that
Is
that
it-
was. Yeah.
There's porn on every platform.
yeah, true.
If you
So
look
the
hard
reason I've
enough.
got Twitter
What was,
too. My mate was
specifically
like,
good, what was specifically good about the porn on Reddit, or was it
Yeah,
just a directory of?
I think it was the specificity of what I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah,
It like ticked the box. I was like, wow.
he's looked up
Okay.
r/wet toes.
What's the one that you're allowed to like pin your shit on a page that no one used, but like
Pinterest?
no, there was like a Pinterest, but it was something else. Anyway, I can't remember.
Pinterest 2.
There was another one where you just.
2 pin,
Do
2
you guys know what I'm
furious.
talking about? Yeah, Tumblr. That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. Yeah, Tumblr. Tumblr was another. Anyway,
Those were the days,
and I started
yeah.
getting Twitter for porn, and I like, because my mates like, just watch porn on you fucking on Twitter, bro. Because there's places that don't let you watch it. Like, no, you're not allowed on Pornhub here, sir. And you're like, Twitter, and like,
Yeah.
it'll let you because it's a proxy
Circumnavigate.
through.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like high school.
a
This is what
masturbate
Elon
lot.
Musk really wanted.
The Musk is in his last
It's
name.
the PayPal
I
of
salute-
porn, right?
I salute
Because
you,
PayPal was
too.
all about getting around the
Yeah.
bank transfers. And
Don't let the cops know what
he
I'm
truly
buying.
knows what the world wants.
You send
And
us
he
our
does,
porn and
and
we
he
will.
does, sir.
Hate speech and porn. It's
Sometimes
I nailed
together.
it.
There's a market for it, and there's nowhere else to get it. Okay.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing, man.
You look like a man who likes it when people yell slurs at you naked. You know?
Oh,
That's the face you have.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What kind of slurs am I going to get yelled at, though?
Ginger?
Yeah.
Do you think? What do you think of this take? Elon Musk has the hardware of a genius, but the software of a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah,
That's pretty
He's
good.
got like he's got a supercomputer of a brain, but he's like, I just want to let Kanye say whatever he wants and fly to Mars. It's just
And
all this
titties.
12-year-old boy shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
I want to make a
I
flamethrower
want
and
to
look
make
at titties.
a car that is all just looks cool.
It's legit. Everything he says is just snippets. It's just snippets of street interviews with children.
You literally do.
That's why he married Grimes, because he's
Yeah.
like, that's an
I want
alien.
to have I want to have another hot girl in my bed that we make more kids, and then we're going to fly on a rocket to Mars. And I'm going to create a platform where Andrew Tate can say what he wants to own the feminists. And I have the genius to do it. It's hardware of a genius,
fuck.
software of a 12-year-old boy.
Truly believes that cootie still exists.
Yeah.
Hey, kid, what do you reckon about Taylor Swift? Tell her I will have her baby.
Baby.
I think her music is gay, but
Yeah,
I will have sex with her.
Oh my god, that's great.
He's a psycho. I love it, and he loves mushrooms and drugs. That's why I kind of like. I'm like, thank you for pushing that a little bit more.
He's just a.
He's a lizard man that knows a bit more than Zuckerberg.
He's the Rockefeller of today. He's an autistic Rockefeller.
Yeah,
basically.
he is. Like, and you fucking nailed it, cunt. An autistic Rockefeller.
he can't make eye contact, and has like 20 kids, man. This guy, he actually is he's the tech nerd Genghis Khan. That's gonna
Tech nerd Genghis Khan.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of just super geniuses who can't make eye
Tech
contact.
nerd Genghis Khan is a sick band name.
You
That's
reckon?
most doctors.
Yeah,
Actually, I'd say that. I've worked at hospitals, and that's doctors, man. They're like.
Yeah.
They've like the level of autism that they've got. They're actually
Surgeons?
very like surgeons are amazing. I love a surgeon, bro. Those meat doctors are the meat
doctors.
The people butchers, I call them people butchers. They're actually nice. They'll say hello to you. That was the one thing I realized
Before
when I
they
was,
cut you open.
but well, no. As in like they so this is what I was going to say. Is like I was dressed as like a tradie at the hospital.
Yeah.
So they're like scum. Like that's how the doctors would treat me. Like legit. Like
Really?
this cunt will move out of the way. We're walking to walk. Like legitimately. Like you know when two people walk, you kind of.
Yeah,
Sometimes there's
yeah.
like a staunch cunt that you're like, no, I'm going to move first. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They don't even feel like you're their cunt. Like they like if you run into them, they're like, whoa, where did you come from? Like there's a level of like hierarchy in their head. Wow. And the reason I know this is because when I go and do work in the theatres, I'll put scrubs on and I'll walk in there and the cunts will say hello and shake my... I'm like, oh, how are you? Well, are you here for... I'm like, saw you in the lift yesterday, cunt, and you fucking didn't even look at me as if I was a person. So like, there's that disconnect of me being in a tradie outfit.
Okay.
It's wild. Like, it's significant.
Yeah, doctors are the sons
I
of the
think
upper class, aren't they?
Yeah, almost like a nepo baby, like an autistic nepo baby in a way.
Pretty much, hey.
Yeah, but they've
it's
also-
particularly surgeon because it's a very well-paid career, but, you know...
Well, the surgeons
the
were
respo-
more...
You got to not care about
People.
human emotion to be able
Exactly.
to... Because you got to see it as just a job. With you got to hit your fucking... What are they called? The key targets, or what are they...
Yeah. This means you've got cancer. And they're
Yeah.
like, what? And you're like, you've got 6 months. And they're
gotta-
crying. And they're like, well, that's what you got.
Cut out someone's liver and be like, I did my job today.
Yeah. Not
It's my
go home,
progress.
look at their fucking
KPIs,
wife.
that's what it is,
KPIs,
yeah.
yeah. Key performance indicators. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I do want to say I'm a nurse professionally, and I do not agree with anything these two have just said.
You're a nurse, so they treat you...
Oh, it comes and goes. Hey,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've had a lot of really, really cool doctors who actually give me a hard time. Like they josh around.
Yeah.
They give you like it's pranks and stuff.
It's playful.
We've
It's
got
like any workplace.
We got one comedian here in Brisbane who is a doctor too, and he's
great.
He's great. I
that?
love
Yeah.
him.
Oh, look, I'm not throwing the blanket on every single
Harry,
doctor.
yeah, actually I shouldn't say his name, but it's Harry. You've seen him on. Yeah, I shouldn't say
funny.
Harry. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't drop his name.
It's so funny though. You like
is.
paused
Mad.
how he
I
said
didn't know he
like
was a
you,
doctor.
it was almost
He
like
looks like he's 21 or 22.
He's just graduated recently.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay,
he looks
good on
like
him.
he's molded from clay, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's
it looks
crazy.
Like something out of a fashion magazine.
It's insane, and he's like, I'm gonna go help people.
and he says he's pretty nervous when he gets up too. And I was like, "Cunt, are you not?" You know, he's like, "No, work's
Slice
easy.
people open.
Yeah,
easy." I was
and he
like,
works in too. Like that's the hospital he works.
And you'd
in.
think it'd be
Oh
the
my
other way,
God.
like it'd be easy to
You
get
think
up.
so? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like-
a lot of people are just
It's-
mortified of what we do.
Well, it's the three fucking most feared things in the world.
Yeah, social humiliation, man, is just...
One is public speaking.
Yeah.
2 is death.
which is that's pretty great. I'd rather die. I'd rather die than do a 5.
I think they mean
That's
physical
great.
death, not comedic death.
No. Although
It's an ego death. That's what a comedic
a good
death
comedic
is.
death
Dying
could
on
probably
stage.
lead
Definitely
to
an
a
ego
real
death.
death.
Dying on stage. Then fucking-
Dying in real life.
Dying in real life. That's legit. Like I think it's like the
Yeah,
top-
you'd rather die in real life than die on stage
Yeah.
sometimes,
But
hey.
people have said I'd rather. Yeah, it was like, would you rather? Yeah, something. I can't remember what it was. It
Be
was
careful
like,
if you die on the stage, you die on real life. Get me out of the Matrix.
There'd be a lot less.
I'm
comics.
bombing.
There'd be a lot less comics. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that really should think that way. You know, like bomb enough times. Like, oh, maybe I should.
I
Get a
like the
trade.
challenge. I think I'd do it.
They just
It's so.
the sweet release.
All right, let's get to this Reddit story. Sorry
Alright.
for the tangents.
So, yeah, like I say on the Reddit, I've gone and grabbed some of the oldest, funniest stories. So this one's called the best wingman ever. Wingman of Reddit. What's the craziest thing have you done to get your friend laid? So this one's from OJ's lawyer, and it's 11 years old now.
Oh, this might be bad.
My friend was sleeping over at my house. My parents and brother were all sleeping upstairs while we were downstairs watching TV, playing video games and shit. At around 1 a.m., he asked if this girl can come over. He really wants to get with this girl, and I don't want to turn him down, so I reluctantly agree on the condition that she is quiet. The three of us are hanging out, and I make some excuse to go leave the room so my friend can have some time alone with her. I'm upstairs in my room when I start hearing loud moans. This is bad news for me, but great news for my friend. He's losing his virginity to a girl he really likes. I hear stirring in the next room, and I know what their bout of loud lovemaking has woken my parents. The last thing I want is for my confused father to walk in on my friend fucking his girl in my basement. What do? I go to Pornhub, click on the first video I see, crank that shit to 100 on my speakers, and let it pay for the entire 3 minutes that my buddy ended up lasting. My dad ended up coming into my room, discovering the source of the noise. I even threw in some fapping motion under the covers and awkwardly leaving. My buddy ended up having the best fucking time ever, bro. But Jesus, there was some awkward glances exchanged between my parents and I the next day.
Ooh.
Best wingman ever.
Yeah, this is a man who is for the boys.
That's a boy's boy. There's so much to unpack there, though. The dad walking in and then just leaving.
Couldn't you tell where the noises were coming? Couldn't you then hear?
I think if you're waking up, there's a bit
is it echoing in here?
You've got multiple moans coming from
moaning just get
all corners of the house.
Louder?
Why can I hear Mexican and white people moaning? He's watching Colombian porn.
He's watching gay porn, and he walks in. He's like, "Where's the woman? I'm hearing a woman."
I can't see her on the screen.
So move over.
That was me, Dad. Those are the noises I make.
I like to pinch myself. It's the only way I can come, Dad. No, because I remember remember Keaton called whacking off, man. Like the first time Dad ever called me whacking off, and he like walked in.
He's like, "What are you doing in the
wake
kitchen?"
up at 2:30 in the morning, go watch SBS, and like have the nerve to have a go at me for masturbating. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you remember what was on TV at 2:30 in the morning on SBS, but you'd catch a tit and a bit of puss for about 20 minutes out of a 40-minute Spanish fucking Aramada or whatever the fuck was on.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember Dad, he'd wake up and I just remember waking up, couldn't get back to sleep, and I was just masturbating to the light of the moon, and he kind of like walked past.
So romantic.
So I could see my dick
through the window.
That sounded.
And I had to say that because that's how he saw me as
That should be your memoir.
I look like
masturbating to the light.
Look like I was trying to force a fucking Wolverine change, like turn into like a. But I'm serious. It's kind of like sitting there doing that, and he just walked past. And he went past, and I kind of stopped, and he was past now, so I kept going, but he had stopped and then taken a couple of steps back and gone, "What the fuck are you? Don't be doing that shit." And then as he said that, I'm like, so those are like I came, and I'm just like,
came to the sound of your dad.
Fuck. This is gonna be. I feel like this is gonna be a struggle getting over.
God,
yeah,
that's trauma.
Something a therapist is going to have to talk to you about.
The missus was on board. She just yells, "Don't be fucking doing that shit," and then gets me coming. So yeah, no, it was
only
legit
come
the
at
first
night.
time.
Now you can't come unless you hear
That's
your
what my
dad's
dad
voice.
used to mean.
In the back, every time
Got
you
a
come,
recording.
there's just a voice of your dad at the back
Some
of your
people need your dad's approval. He needs his disapproval.
My missus
That's
just
great.
takes her phone, puts a picture of the lock screen, and then says what he said. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, honey.
They got that AI voice generator. You can come wherever, whenever.
Yeah, that's true. That shit's pretty crazy. But that wingman story is pretty, like, I don't know. Would you have done that for your mate? Would you get in trouble on that level?
Yeah, I think in the heat of the moment, just because if he was losing his virginity, and it would be more awkward if my parents heard
That and came in and
I
saw you
feel like
sitting there listening to that.
Where's the fucking coming from?
Or Dad
I'll do that. I reckon I'd do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd back the boys in that one.
I'm thinking more about like the other two involved. I'm thinking about the guy and the girl. It's like, what thought process do you have to go through? We're like, I'm going to hit up this girl and ask her to come to my friend's place. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, I'll fuck him in this place.
Yeah, but that young
High
lady,
school,
there's some young lady. The level of shit that they would do for some dick, I think rivals.
rivals some shit that
young blokes would do for some pussy. Do you know what I mean? I think everyone's
To a
like, oh,
point.
women are just... No, I don't know.
If it's the right guy, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
the guy,
absolutely.
but guys will do it for any girl.
Any girl. That's the difference. Exactly. That's a really good way of putting it. We'll kind of do a lot for any girl. There's some chicks that were like, oh, no, cheat on me because I love you. You know what I mean? Like, they'll do...
Yeah, for the right
Very
guy.
specific.
Right guy.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good way of
another
putting
level.
it. I'm not trying... Yeah, that's how I
Sounds
meant
to
it.
me-
Like, there's some chicks that are like, oh, I'm down bad for that dick cunt. Like, I'm coming... Let's fuck in the driveway of your friend's house. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sounds
Yeah.
like they need your dad.
Why?
Because they don't have their own. They need your dad coming out like, don't do that.
I should just send him around, please.
Rent a dad.
Nah, don't be doing that shit. Fuck's sake. I'm going to work in the morning, you fucking cunts. Like that. That was dad. Fuck me,
For
dude.
fuck's sake.
Oh, that's so funny.
Get off my car. Fuck.
No, but I genuinely reckon, yeah. Because I've got like a lot of female cousins and the shit they've told me that they did when they were first. Because
Why are you having this conversation with them?
Hey?
Why are you having that conversation with them?
we're both adults.
Do you talk about to your cousins about their...
No, it's come up. I didn't
can't
go,
say
hey, how was it the first time you fucked? That's not what I said. But it was
Okay.
like, would talk about relationships like, oh, this fuckhead, I did this, this, and this.
So I can't relate, man. I got a cousin who was a stripper back in Cairns, and I had to avoid the strip club. Like, everyone would go in, and I'd have to go in like, is she here? You know, like, it's just too uncomfortable. I can't.
Yeah, well, that's weird.
Everyone
I wasn't
in
asking my
Cairns would
cousins
be
while they were
related,
stripping.
Right?
Yeah. And what'd you say?
Everyone's kind of a cousin in Cairns, you know?
Yeah, everyone has a cousin in Cairns. That's why the strip club was called Cousins.
Oh shit! Well,
Cousins bear it all.
because it is the guilt-free comedy podcast, I got. We were going to ask you. I probably should ask you. Do you have a guilty pleasure that isn't comedy? And did comedy start as a guilty pleasure?
I mean, what is a guilty pleasure? Nowadays, nothing's off limits. What is
Right.
guilty now?
Nothing.
Guilty would be like, oh, I read books with values that you're not supposed to. That's the guilty pleasure right
That's
now.
a good
you know?
guilty pleasure.
Because
Jacking
people be
off
like,
to the light of the moon.
yeah, I get tied up and get fucking slapped by two old women, and
And
that's
customers
just
like,
you know,
good job.
Yeah, I'm
they-
not guilty.
they-
That's just
They
pleasure.
shove something into my dick hole, and that's not guilty anymore.
That's cool sounding. Yeah.
And guilty is like, oh, I read the Bible sometimes.
That's probably where you're
That's
going.
fucking. That's guilty.
That's guilty now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And like just to back that up, what's fucked me up is like I've jumped online. We were looking for like I jumped on like the online sex shops online to look for some presents and shit, some
Sure.
stuff for at home. You can buy, and this is exactly proving your point, a replica-sized horsecock dildo. And it's like, what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? Where
We're
has
fucking,
Shane?
Man, like,
where has
yeah,
Shane gone?
I think sex positivity's gone a bit too far.
it's too far. It's too far.
Like, do what you want, but don't broadcast it
We need
to
to
the
need a
world.
sex
Don't
ego death.
Get
you
a
know?
horsecock replica
Yeah.
dildo.
And
Don't do
sometimes
that.
they'll have the craziest fetish and be like, look, the society just doesn't understand.
Damn.
Society never should
Should
understand.
understand you. You should be put down. You
There's
psycho.
four of you in a
Fuck me,
fucking
yeah.
Cock lady, die! It's fucking... I
little
remember...
pony fucking square
pony, with
with a face dildo going into each, and then you want to try to make it some spiritual thing. Like, this is just who I am as a person.
I remember back
No,
I'm also a freak though. Like I'll eat your ass while you're standing up in the kitchen trying to do the dishes. Do you know what I mean? Like
but a
I'll
lot
still
of people,
also,
yeah, we'll all do that.
yeah.
But we don't need to make it our entire personality.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the big thing.
It's, you know what it is? Someone said a lot of this kind of like polyamory, sex positivity stuff. It's sex. They're sex nerds.
That's what it is.
That's a great way of putting it,
Putting
isn't
in.
it?
Do you mean they were suppressed early in a way? Do you mean they
Possibly.
were, or they were like shunned?
And they're
Like,
actually,
oh no, that you're a freak.
I
that-
actually think it's the church has funded the weirdest cunts to be like, go broadcast sex positivity and all this anti-religious shit to make people be like, I'm not
That's
doing
way too
that
far.
shit.
Yeah, I know what
But
you're saying.
then it
Everyone
went-
who's polyamorous makes you not want to be polyamorous.
Yes,
You know?
every
yeah.
polyamorous person I've met
I think,
is exactly
the church, after the whole child scandal, was like, all right, we're going to fund these absolute
Extremes.
ones
Yeah.
to be polyamorous.
we gotta make... we gotta make
We've gotta
diddling
find these
kids
games.
look
We've
like
gotta
the
make
least
people, we
bad
got to make
thing.
people come back to the church just by pure disgust.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to go to this polykill on Sunday. I want to go to church.
We've got to find these Alex Jones sex guys, all right, and we've got to feed them some money, give them a platform, say some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's
I
working.
just bought myself a frog dildo.
Dude, it's working, dude.
That's
What is
crazy,
it?
dude.
What is it? There was minor attracted people. Have you heard of that
Oh,
shit?
Oh, yuck. They've got a term as well.
No, because you know how they've distinguished that too? They've said the minor attracted people are pedophiles that haven't fucked a kid. Like, you're only a pedophile if you've acted on it.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
And to them, it's not like a mental illness. It's like a part of who they are.
I was just born this way, right?
Yeah.
Man.
I remember.
Hey, look, if you've got that and you're born with it and you don't act on it, good.
It's
But
This-
do you have to tell everyone? Why does the title
Just
need
kill
to...
yourself, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, no. Like, because
pretty-
I think about it, like, I'm so lucky that I don't want to fuck kids.
Yeah.
And my kids are really lucky I don't want to fuck kids. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody's
That
a
would-
winner in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You've really hit the jackpot.
But yeah.
You're a rare situation. Aren't you?
I haven't hit that tax bracket yet. You know what I mean?
I've been invited
The
to
craving
no.
of young butthole kind of fills my fucking loins.
I've been invited to no islands and no freakouts. Speaking of,
What is this?
Richo, before we kick off with that,
Yeah.
I actually got a document sent to me. Can I get the document, please? This is actually, I know some guys. I can't reach that. Give this to me.
Did you know there's a hotline you can call if Diddy butt fucked you?
So, would you like to read these
They're
out?
at a hotline now.
What
There's
I've
that
got
many
here-
people.
Hey?
That many people were
They got
molested by Diddy.
12,000 calls the first day it was up.
What I've got here is a top 10 list of people who allegedly attended Diddy's freak off list, and it's actually crazy who's on here. Do you want to? Would you like to read these out from top to bottom, please, Neil?
Okay, so we got number 1, Usher.
Which
Yeah, but he fucked Usher back.
We
when
need
he
a
was-
confessions part 3.
Oh.
Because I loved
Giving you
Usher as a kid.
confessions.
And it sounds like P. Diddy loved Usher as a kid too. But,
that's good.
dude,
That's
He
good.
loved him so
We need
much. He
confessions
loved him so
part
much.
3.
Usher loved Bieber.
oh, yeah.
It's a chain.
God damn.
It's so fun.
It's like it's a human centipede.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's just a, yeah, it's
No,
just a
Usher's definite.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see
Ashton Kutcher here at number 2.
Yeah, but he.
Ashton always gave me weird vibes, man. The whole punk thing and just something about that guy, just the long hair surfer bro.
you could probably
did
argue
some
that
shit,
the
man.
freak off
Yeah,
stuff.
I'd never press you. You know what I mean?
What if Diddy's?
Yeah, like if you're feeling safe, just let's.
What if Diddy's
It's your
freak
choke and
off?
tap.
What if Diddy's freak off started as a punked episode that Diddy took too far? They're like, we can't air this. It's the first
And it's just
recorded
gone
freak
on
off.
from the, so Ashton is the true mastermind of it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious. Can't shut
Oh,
up.
he
No,
could
no,
be.
no.
Allegedly.
But see, Ashton was pushing all that let's stop kid trafficking shit. I don't know if you saw all that.
Yeah, because
But it
he
was
got,
also
because
too. It was like
he's trying to
you
get
know,
ahead
you
of
know
the game.
It was almost
the
like-
preacher who was really anti-gay.
That's what I mean. And he was.
You got skeletons.
I know, God. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's like, look over here.
It's
Let's
projecting.
save the kids. Well,
He's-
they fuck them over here. You know what
he's
I mean?
projecting.
He's
Yeah.
done something.
Yeah.
Third,
Cassie Ventura did his ex. One of them didn't.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
the
the chick
mother
that-
of his children?
Get killed by pneumonia. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the other one that's released that
super
book.
Weird.
Starts with M. I think her name is. Do you know her name? Kim somebody. Kim Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's apparently
die?
gave her yes, of pneumonia like the other 48
Who the
people.
fuck dies of pneumonia in the 2010s?
And they're 34
That
athletes.
does not happen.
34
it was
athletes. Yeah.
actually pneumonia and a bullet wound.
Oh, the doctor's like,
At
no,
the
it was
same-
pneumonia delivered by a bullet.
Straight
We'll just
through
put
the
it down as
lungs.
COVID. probably.
But it makes sense. Like Diddy's ex
Got a
makes
fucking
sense.
bullet hole in
then-
the head.
so what-
Looks
You
like
need
COVID.
I've been deep diving.
Okay,
It-
purple Teletubby.
So
Okay.
do you want to get
I was going to say, like, the X makes sense. Like, every island needs a Ghislaine Maxwell, you know? Like,
Yeah.
No, but I will say that, so Cassie, when Cassie left, the only reason she got out, they reckon, is because she got footage. So she got the footage and then was using that against him, like, don't touch me, cunt, or this is coming out.
right.
And then everybody she dated, and to the point where there was like a dude that had a conversation with her somewhere, they weren't even dating. It was like an agent. Pneumonia.
So I've heard he could be a
Jay-Z.
Fed or something.
Pardon?
He did. He could be a Fed.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he was
This goes so deep, man.
so deep,
It's
bro.
crazy.
When you got...
This almost goes as deep as Diddy's dick.
How'd it feel, Meek? But you see Meek? Yeah,
We were talking about that.
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the
Mystery.
car. We're like, what if his name was just Mill and he was just so meek in front of Diddy that they changed his name?
Wow, that's not good.
No.
Because
Anyway,
Meek Mill didn't. At least Justin got quite famous and rich. Meek Mill had one album
That was-
I liked, but I thought no one else
Enjoyed
even
it.
knew Meek Mill.
Yeah, no, I
He's got
enjoyed.
that one song, "I'm a Boss."
Yeah, yeah.
Are you? Looks like you're a subordinate.
I take dick like a boss. he took it anyway. Let's not.
all right, number 4.
We got the purple Teletubby.
I've always been really suspicious of that Teletubby.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Just the other 3 are doing stuff and he's off doing his own thing.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Chubby Wubby or don't they all
Tinky
have-
Winky.
Winky.
Yeah.
That's a pedophile's name.
Twinky Winky.
There we
That's
go.
what it
Yeah.
is.
There it is.
He just changed it.
Johnson of Johnson Baby Oil.
Yeah.
It's not clear who Johnson. Isn't it Johnson and Johnson or something?
Well,
So there's
actually,
a lot
we're
of
having
these
this
Johnsons out
We're
there.
having this conversation. It could be anyone.
It's just a big dick.
But it makes
Yeah.
but it makes sense
Follow
that
the oil. Follow the baby oil.
back to the source.
Follow the trail of the oil.
This oil's coming from sewage in China. What?
This big oil, it's just a big dick. Just rubbing itself in baby oil. Yes.
What a Futurama bit.
Oh, fuck.
That's crazy. But it makes sense. Like, if you got that much baby oil, you want the guy there. You know, how else are you gonna get it?
Exactly. Well, they reckon it was all GHB. I don't know if anyone here's done GHB, but yeah.
Why did he have an industrial amount though? I mean, who goes to these parties?
That the level of
All the
fuckers
kids
that
for the
go.
slip and slide. You know, that's how he gets the kids there.
No, but legit, the celebrities that would go there, and they reckon that every cunt was just drugged, bro, and fucked like rag dolls. Because if you have GHB, you've got no inhibitions are gone.
So is it just a giant eyes wide shut type of big orgy where they all just think, cool, I'm just gonna let go, whatever happens type of thing?
No, it's I've been drugged and like, oh, I'll fuck everyone here. Wake up the next day, I would have never fucked everyone there. What the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the level
Does someone
of
have video of this so I know? And then
the
there
level
is.
of the level of inhibitions, like the inhibitions you lose on GHB, bro. You should only be around.
Wow.
Yeah, because it happens a lot.
Why did they go?
A lot of sex parties and shit they will have
Big
the
celebrity.
GHB, but it's more of like a chick. Because I've got a couple of I've got a friend that like legit. She I don't know if you have CN. What is it called? Consent, non-consent.
Oh,
yeah.
So she likes, you know, and I've got a couple of friends that are like into that. Like, I want to be degraded, disrespected by someone I trust.
Yeah, boundaries.
Or by a stranger I trust. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be able to like know that I'm not going to, you know, but might get killed, but not get, you know what I mean? So like,
Boundaries. There's boundaries involved.
But
Yeah.
there are like, there's a lot of parties, and I know a lot of people that'll go there and like, I just want to get fucking run through by 10 dudes. That's what I fucking like, and and then you know, there's just people that that's. The problem is that's a hazy line when you've then got people that might not want that, but they're in that situation where people have, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Sounds like a very hazy.
We got about 5 more of these.
There's a lot on here.
There is a
We got
few.
the guy who shot Harambe.
Bad guy.
they're super
Bad man. Bad man.
Yeah. Justice for Harambe. We got the Red Power Ranger.
Okay.
The Count from Sesame Street.
Always made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, no,
Dave
he's not.
Chappelle has that. He's
Yeah.
like,
One hole, two hole.
yo, he's a pimp.
He's smacked.
One bottle of baby oil.
How many smacks before you
That's why they had 1,000 for him.
2 smacks? Great. The background actor from Just Friends, 2005, who looks suspiciously like Pete Holmes, but we have confirmed is not Pete Holmes.
Okay.
So there's a background actor in Just Friends that looks exactly like Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
So it's him, but not Pete Holmes himself. I want to make that very clear. Pete Holmes was not at the parties.
Okay, so it's the dude that looks like Pete Holmes and Just Friends.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
I like
And
Pete
then
Holmes.
probably the scariest one is the last one here.
An unidentified person, but we do have an artist's interpretation.
It's a good-looking fellow, wherever he is.
So, dead or alive, preferably dead.
Beard is
Wanted.
very well groomed there.
Looking really nice there. I definitely went to the Arabs
Looking
for
like
that
a
card,
dictator.
for sure. Yeah.
A dictator with thousands of kids.
Someone,
so good.
Someone that cut my hair.
That he sells.
I was like, "Where are you from?" They said Persia. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So I was showing my boss came to the show last night after you finished, and I was showing her this for the bit today. It's unfortunate because I wanted this to be a surprise for Neil too, but I got so excited when I made this that I sent it to Neil and not Kyle.
Oh, fuck. Can you? What's the name?
But I reckon this would be...
That's a great photo.
That'd be a great shirt.
How'd you get
That's a great festival show poster.
That is amazing.
That is, yeah. So as I was making it, because it was
AI?
initially... Well, actually, it is AI, but it was based off an image that I already had of Richo.
Okay.
So it just sent through...
like a negative of it.
Yeah, well, no, it was... I was trying to find caricatures.
It's even got my
AI
left
caricature.
My left eye's a bit weird in it, like as like it normally
It's well
is.
done.
It's really well done,
It's
but
a
yeah.
great poster.
I love that. Cunt. We're leaving that here.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, this PDD stuff is... I went through I
get pranked.
just scrolling on TikTok, and it just kept getting darker and
Darker,
darker.
yeah.
The wilder the stories. Beyonce, J-Lo, Jay-Z,
Michael
Kanye.
Jackson.
Is he real? Tupac. He ordered the hit on Tupac and a Biggie so he could use his music.
And
It's
Michael
just
Jackson.
insane. Yeah, I mean, I
I
don't know
got
how
that
much of
far.
this is true, but like...
You reckon
So,
also there's
this
XXX
man-
Tentacion was shot
this
as well?
man... Wow.
He touched a lot of people inside and out.
Oh, he
It's
did.
wild, bro. And what do you reckon's going to... Because I genuinely reckon they're going to Epstein the cunt. That's what I reckon.
Hang him?
And then everybody's going to forget, and then Ghislaine Maxwell's still in jail for trafficking children to nobody, apparently.
Probably. They'll be trying to
Epstein
kill
it.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a really big, cool drug over there at the moment called 2C. It's like pink Coke, but it's got ketamine, MD, Coke, and something else. And it's pink.
America sounds fucked,
Yeah.
dude.
So that's
They
what everybody's hooked
just-
on over there, and they reckon the cunt stopped eating because he was coming down off 2C, because he was coming down off...
God.
Because they're just every day. I got a mate that went over there recently, was just doing... and was hanging out with some influency kind of Pete, and it was just every cunt's on the pink Coke, and it's 2C. So it's, a little bit of cat, a little bit of MD.
Dude, it's a dystopia. And then there's just people homeless on fentanyl while there are these people being shipped off to these Diddy parties.
The fucking
world,
level of,
man.
like, bottom to top of, like,
Yeah.
this... Yeah.
Should we move on to this last little segment that we have?
Sure.
Richo calls it "Am I the Guilty?" You want to tell us
No,
about
what
Richo?
am I guilty of? Because I'm trying to come up with some... If you have any thoughts of, like, a game we could play on here that's got the theme of guilty? Because what I've got, this game here, essentially, is...
It could be like the "Am I the asshole" thing on Reddit.
Yeah, but
Something
we
that
have
if you ask the guest
we have
something
that already.
that you've done where you're not sure if you're the guilty, if you've done something bad.
We do have a show that we do on the side as well, where I get a couple of locals to sit down and we read "Am I the Arsehole?" and it's more like "Am I the Guilty?"
Okay.
It's just a rewording of that.
But this one's...
But this is-
I'm showing you pictures of these guns.
I haven't seen
And
this
you've
either.
got to tell me
Matthew
what you
McNally,
think...
Joel
What you think they're guilty of.
So we got Matthew McNally and Joey Miller. Is it the same thing?
Well, it looks like the guy on the left was doing a Batman face.
yeah.
And then the guy on the right just looks like he was trying to look like a panther or I don't know. I mean,
They look
it
like
looks
they
a bit
got done
like
for stealing
they
from
probably
Office
got
Works.
done for blackface or something, didn't they? But robbers who used Sharpies instead of masks. All right,
That's absolutely...
next
But
level.
you can't think of what they might have done wrong?
Is it they didn't cover the gaps?
No, like a crime. Think of a crime.
He
that
just
they,
had a he tried. They tried to rob someone.
Yeah.
with those as their masks.
That's 100%. So they did try to rob someone, but
they were trying to get into the Diddy party.
Like maybe if they're black too, we can get in.
Yeah, maybe he
so
does have a preference.
Joey looks 16.
so yeah.
They look young.
He look yeah.
So okay, so essentially they're guilty of nothing, because they got let off. So charges dismissed against 2 Iowa men who painted their faces with marker. The judge has dismissed attempted burglary charges against 2 men who painted their faces with purple and black marker. Says there was insufficient evidence to support probable cause that the men were there to commit a crime. And they didn't have a weapon, and then no one was injured.
That's so good.
And they've been called, I think, they've been given the name Dumb and Dumber as their names.
Yeah,
And
I
the
see
reason
it.
that they caught them was they rocked up. I don't know if you know about permanent marker, but that shit doesn't come off very quickly.
So that's them trying to get it off. That's 30 minutes in the washroom.
You can tell he's fucking just started up there to try to get it off.
man.
What a bunch of fucking dumb cunts, though.
Wow.
Like, that
The
is
Darwin Awards right there, man.
that's a definition of fucked hard.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's still attempted burglary, man. What's going on?
That's what I'm saying. Then I read that and I'm like, well, hang on, though.
The
they
judge,
broke
was,
into
the
my
judge was
joint-
about to sentence them, and then hang on a minute. I see some white skin under that. Oh, you guys are just larrikins having fun.
Y'all just some big old goose.
Y'all just made some mistakes as youth, like I did.
Y'all are just joshing around.
Listen, y'all look like
Y'all
good
can go.
boys.
Before he saw the white skin popping up underneath the mark, he's like, right.
Fucking get him,
Hardened criminals that need to go away for a very long time.
Judge season one.
Wait a minute. Wait. Keep rubbing off that mark for me. Oh, you're my cousin. Hey, is
that you, Jimbo?
Oh, I say it was just a prank.
Hey, that's my little boy Joey Miller.
Who'd you try to steal from? Annie Joan again? Yeah. That'd be funny.
Y'all were just having fun. You can't have fun these days because of the Democrats. You can't put marker on your face, try to rob a store.
Listen, in Trump's America,
Please
this
do
would
that
be
all day,
allowed.
baby.
Anyway, you boys free you free to come to the Capitol with me?
There's gonna be a couple of us there. All right, these two coats.
Oh, that's
If you know, don't say.
that's Brock Turner twice.
Oh, it's Brock Turner. Who the fuck's Brock Turner?
You don't know who
No, that's
know
why
who
I
that
asked
is.
who he
Who's that?
is.
he's that. You don't know Brock Turner?
No.
He's the guy from years ago who I don't want to say it on camera. He's the guy from years ago who like took a drunk woman behind a bin.
Oh.
Like that huge. It kicked off like
How do you know?
I'm guessing it didn't end there. But okay.
Vaguely remember
classic first year uni white boy with a boat.
Oh.
That's what they look like, right?
No, he looks like he.
It looks like a bit of an Eshay.
I was about
It
to
looks
say
like a
Eshay,
different
he hangs
person.
on the- It
in
is
the
a different
photo.
person. It's
It
two
is. It
different
is.
people.
I was making a bit. Like it was.
Oh, okay.
It's the same guy. They look pretty similar.
It looks like an Eshay on the left that has gotten a girlfriend who's now taking him to nice places and trying to get him to smile.
Yeah.
That's what that one looks
Giving
like. The
him
one
new
on the
shirts to wear
right.
and stuff like, honey, I got your new shirt.
Yeah. The
So what
right
would-
just
I
looks
like
like.
the blue collared. Don't keep wearing white all the time.
So do you know their names, Richo?
Yeah, I do know their names.
Can you say their names for us?
Okay, their names are Richo and Jones and Kerry Mules.
And who are they?
I just want to know what they.
would
what do
you
you
ever
think
guess
they did
what they
wrong?
did
What do you
wrong?
think they're guilty of?
Something involving drugs.
They look like they put things in women's
Supplying
drinks.
drugs.
Supplying drugs.
That's what I'm going
drugs?
to say. Supplying
Okay.
drugs. It's worse, isn't it?
It's pretty fucking funny. Richo and Jones, 21, and Kerry Mules, 20, from South Wales, so they're fucking immigrants over here. Broken, not that it means anything. Broken to the park on the Queensland Gold Coast, swam with the dolphins, let off a fire extinguisher in the shark enclosure before making off with poor Dirk. I don't know if you know who Dirk is. Dirk's a penguin.
Okay.
When
I
they
think we
woke
need
up-
another night at the museum, just night at the aquarium, Welsh version. That sounds
good.
If the animals weren't injured, that sounds kind of mad.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Did they go to jail?
When they woke up hungover and with the flightless bird in their apartment,
This is the Hangover 4.
This is kind of mad.
This is sick.
they tried,
There's a third one that's gone missing.
Oh my god.
They gotta find him.
they tried their incompetent best to take care for him by feeding him and putting him in the shower.
What the fuck?
Let's wash this black off him and see if we can smuggle him out.
It's too much permanent marker.
They later released Dirk into a canal, but was spotted by locals who called police. Magistrate fined him 1,000 Australian dollars.
That's not that bad.
Oh, dude, I've got a
For
thousand.
a night where you put a fire extinguisher in the shark enclosure.
Swim with the dolphins.
Dude, you want to
That's
go get
mad.
a penguin? I've got $1,000.
No, this was in Gold Coast.
Yeah, I know. Do you want to go?
Wow.
Dirk was rescued and returned to SeaWorld unharmed. they were charged, and they said they've got equivalent to 637 pounds at the time, and were
That's
told
nothing.
And Dirk and Quaddin had the
told
best fucking
to
time.
drink a little bit less vodka.
That's so sick. I like those guys. I
Also,
take
it's a
back everything
Gold
I
Coast
said.
Magistrate.
Yeah.
Just settle down on the vodka, boys.
I take back all the mean things I said about them.
Imagine the cunts that that magistrate would have seen come through before these cunts.
So funny.
They're around. They're like,
Yeah,
they
they're
might
around.
still just be around.
They're
I don't
just
know how
hanging
long
out.
ago this was put up. 2012, so they're old now. One of them might be dead. You never know. All right.
Killed by a penguin in his
Hopefully
sleep.
It was 2012. Although they're Welsh, life expectancy.
I was gonna
is
say, yeah.
30, so.
Just eating butter
Everyone
and just
shits
butter
on
and
the poor
potatoes, not a
Welsh.
diet.
Oh
cunt.
my god, we got two more.
All right, then yeah.
I think he also tried to rob a place.
This guy looks like the younger brother of Osama bin Laden, who never really got the credit he deserved, so he's a bit angry.
For the work he put in.
Yeah.
See, what's funny to me is I'm seeing the full screen. Down the bottom, it says the way this guy was caught has to be one of the most
you shouldn't have said
so
that.
There's going to be something great.
You fuckhead. Just look at him.
It looks like me.
I would like his dry. I want to see his dry cleaner. That's who I want to see.
Do you have a name?
Hey?
Do you have a name?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Okay.
I think that gives a bit of
It's my dad.
New South Wales is called.
Kolhatkar.
You know, apparently all the Islamic terror groups all have infighting and try to outdo each other. So there was ISIS started because they thought, Al Qaeda is no longer good enough. We're better. They're ironically for like this hyper masculine group of people.
They're pretty
sassy. They're like we are more. We do more bombs than you.
We kill more crazy than you.
We are more of the bomb than you. And then in Afghanistan they started a new ISIS called ISIS K.
Yeah.
Because they said ISIS is
too pussy. It wasn't hard enough.
K.
And they keep going harder and harder.
Neo ISIS.
That's that vacuum thing, like the comedy. Yeah. Like it's got to get filled.
It just keeps getting.
Oh man!
Here's the envelope. Now it's here.
So ISIS K thinks that the Taliban is too soft.
That's the weirdest shit.
So they're like, we're trying to take over the Taliban and take over Afghanistan and start this. There was this big Islamic caliphate of a few of those countries there.
Yeah, right.
And that's their mission.
Fuck
because they're saying, Taliban is acting too much like a normal government.
They're getting too pussy now.
Yeah. So I'm serious. They actually.
We liked your first shit better.
You've become too mainstream. Go back to the old stuff.
They're like Dave Grohl supporters, and they're like, we don't know if we can support you anymore.
I feel like that's so good.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
That's fucking hilarious. Well, this dude, he I will tell you. Yes,
should we try guess? What was your guess?
His name is he is part of the Taliban. His name is, would you believe it, Mohammed Ashan. And he was part of the Taliban. Yeah.
Okay.
I generally just want his dry cleaner.
How
That's
did he
what I
get
want.
caught?
I don't have a white shirt that looks like that, and this motherfucker lives in the sand. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite.
No,
dirty.
if you're head of the Taliban, you live in a palace with 5
slaves. Cool.
Yeah, 5 harem girls.
Well, he's not head. He's mid-level.
That's
He's
middle.
This dude's not even.
Maybe you get two wives then.
just
You get two.
every stripe on your arm, you just get another 2 wives.
When that many men are dying, that there's a lot of women left over for these old guys.
That is true. Yeah, only for the old men too. Another sad thing I'd read: Iraqi government just pushed something into their. I'm getting like whatever the government's over there is called. I don't want to speak on it, but they're like, we actually think the age of marriage should be 9.
Oh shit!
Well, if the average age of death is like 15, maybe it should be.
Not. We should correlate our numbers. Let's kind of.
That's middle age.
Let's get a mean. Used to be 16. Let's get a mean now. 9? Yeah.
9.
Anyway, your food's here. We'll rush through.
I could not guess what he
So what do you reckon
done.
this
That's
man's
not.
done? Part of the Taliban.
What were you googling?
It's got to be something like it's for sure got to be something not Taliban related because otherwise it wouldn't be funny. You know what I mean?
At least in Iraq, they're marrying the 9-year-old girls. They're putting the right process in. Whereas Diddy's just fucking them.
Taking them. He's buying them. He's fucking back. He's back door.
Iraq has good conservative values when it comes to child marriage.
At least they're putting paperwork for it. Putting it through Parliament at least.
Yeah.
Diddy ain't putting shit through Parliament.
If you're going to be a victim of pedophilia,
At least be a government.
at least have a proper marriage, you know.
Fuck's sake. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, cunt.
So he was.
He
stole something,
I'll tell you,
right?
officials were left baffled by an Afghan Taliban commander who gave himself up and then tried to claim the $100 reward for his own capture.
$100, man. God, it's not worth it.
No.
Is that 100 US?
He's a mid to low level Taliban commander, was suspected of organising attacks on US and Afghan troops in the east of the country. According to reports, he walked up to a police checkpoint in 2012, pointed at the wanted poster featuring his face, and asked for the $100 finder's fee.
Man, they're not paying the Taliban enough, man. They got to unionize.
That's.
They
If
might
they're
have.
outsourcing to the enemy, what the
Yeah.
fuck are we doing?
This was 12 years ago. He's probably still in prison, not using that $100.
He's probably getting in a prison with Diddy now.
Yeah.
They're both getting tortured by the CIA.
He missed COVID. That's great.
All right. This creep.
Probably movie related shit, right?
was going to say, that looked like Richard Gere, but now it's Christoph.
No, it's not.
Gerber.
Yeah.
Christoph Gerber.
Yeah, no, that's his name.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Gerber sounds a bit Nazi-ish.
Sounds like he's
So
done
does
some bad
Christoph.
shit. Eh?
Christoph is very European.
Sounds like he was the dude hanging
Christoph
the
Gerber.
slowest worker at the front of the
Wouldn't
fucking...
want to look at his family tree.
Nope.
So just going off the trend of the first three, the reason is very funny, right? Okay.
So this guy's guilty of something and it's funny.
It's funny, yeah.
Oh, I just said he might be...
Oh, he could throw a red herring and just put something real, like, I can't put it in the podcast
he looks,
episode of the
yeah,
other thing.
he doesn't look dumb. He looks like a smart man. It could just be the glasses, though. Glasses and sort of grey hair.
Who else had glasses?
Who else?
The serial killer in the... What's the name? What's his name?
Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer?
Dahmer had glasses.
Okay.
I don't think killing and eating gay people is very funny, Richo.
I just made a correlation with glasses. That's all I made, and said that he also wears glasses. I don't think killing and eating people's funny unless you can make it a joke about it. Fuck out of here, Ty.
I don't. What did he do?
Yeah, you got to say.
All right, you have no idea? You know,
No.
I don't recognize him.
So this was a red herring. This dude actually did nothing wrong. He was a great person. He's actually a professor at the Department of Physics, University of Basel in Switzerland. He's a co-inventor of the atomic force microscope.
Well,
So he's
So he's a fucking nerd.
he's guilty of being a fucking nerd. Yeah, he's guilty of being a
dog,
virgin until you're
dude.
27. Yeah,
being guilty
he
of not
wasn't
getting
part
any
of the
pussy.
Taliban. What a fucking pussy!
I bet he had no wives.
Why didn't he get drunk and steal a penguin?
why don't you kill some people
bitch.
instead of saving lives?
If that man stole a penguin, he'd be my hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
dude,
if a professor had a wild drunk story like that.
I
that'd be
did.
kinda cool.
I struggled to find like a bad photo, like a photo that looked like he's a sus cunt. Because it's
Oh, hey, that's
He looks like a presenter on a British TV show.
he absolutely
he does. He looks like Stephen Fry's
I
replacement.
was about
Yeah.
to say he looks like who Stephen Fry ate
Autistic
to become
people.
Stephen
We
Fry.
all know them. But should they be part of society? Today we're going to walk around and
Well-
talk to people with autism.
Today I'm here with Christoph Gerber, the biggest nerd I know.
Before we go, did you know that I'm pretty sure it's either Norway or Switzerland, but they've got a Down syndrome rate of 0.0001 or something.
There's only one of them.
Yeah, there's only
He
one.
just hangs out.
And he was born before they stopped allowing them to have them. So if you've got a Down syndrome kid, they abort it
Oh, that got sad.
So they know,
beforehand. Yeah, you can do a test.
and so even if the parents want to have the kid,
It's
Okay.
government.
it's pretty interesting, man.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't know, but the ethics of that are.
Well, they're essentially like you're
Whoa, 'cause if you want to have
you're
the
extincting
kid,
Down syndrome
maybe
people.
have the kid.
Just
you know?
have the kid.
But that's
Where's that movie? Where's that
Wow.
dystopian future movie where they're trying to escape the government with their Down syndrome baby?
Yeah, god damn.
That's wild, eh? That's a wild take.
I think the parents should have the choice to
To-
abort if they
absolutely.
if
You-
they
yeah,
they
for
know
sure.
the kid has.
But you shouldn't be forced
I've
to
always
abort.
said that.
But
I
to
think
force them is a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Yeah.
much, man.
it's wild though. It's
That's
wild.
too far
fucked,
in the
dude.
other
Like-
direction.
Yeah,
to
let's-
get everybody on board too. To be like, yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It's
What
just
did
a
that-
holocaust of retards out there. Oh my god, bro! Like what? The
Oh, what did that one guy with Down syndrome in Norway do to piss him off so
Yeah,
much?
What happened here?
What did he do? How many penguins did he steal?
Holy shit! You know how in Texas they got to go to the next state to get
Or
the
an
abortion?
island, they've got to go to fucking UK. They've got to cross the river.
Yeah, so these guys in Norway, they're like flying to the Mississippi to be like, no, we don't want to abort our kid. And then in Mississippi, they're like, well, there's nothing wrong here. They've actually got a high IQ for Mississippi.
As long as they're not gay,
They're
you
the
can have it.
smartest
It's
person in
fine.
Mississippi.
Johnny might be governor.
And he's only 12.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I tried writing a joke, but it didn't go well. I was kind
No, it
of
wouldn't.
like I was like wrote it from the perspective of someone from Down syndrome. Like they're making us extinct over there. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
just because you like dinosaurs, you don't have to use that.
How much of it is genetic? Is it something that it is in the gene pool?
I think it flags on your DNA kind
But
of.
then, if the parents who carry that gene have a child that doesn't have Down syndrome, then that child's still going to carry it.
You know, you can
never
still- you can
fully-
still-
you can only
you can't
get
get rid of
you
it,
can
man.
well, you can't get rid of it. It's just remedy And remedy's the wrong word. That's not what I meant, because that sounds like you're
it's
making
a
it
bit-
better.
it's a
Do you know
bit
what I'm
fucked
saying?
up, man.
But I didn't mean
Do
it like...
people vote for this policy?
Let's look into
what's
it,
there?
and we'll let's
It
revisit
sounds
this.
kind of fucked up. Because if the parents want to have it, oh man,
It's super fucked up to the point like it sounds like I made it up. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
that's
going to be a
how-
few things I got to fact check for
pretty
this one.
intense.
That's
And I've
the
heard
biggest
that
one.
a lot of times you don't know till after the baby's born.
No, I think you can test for the amount of chromosomes they have.
So so Down syndrome is different to like your autism doesn't present in young children, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah. Down
I'm
syndrome.
also not a fucking doctor.
Down
I'm also not
syndrome
a
is
doctor.
a building block thing.
The only thing I will say is I can definitely pick some Down syndrome people from the nose up, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? From the nose up, I've got like I reckon 9 out of 10 I can pick if they've got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except Ice Spice might throw me off. Sydney Sweeney might throw me off, but there's a couple there that'll fuck with my variables. But
Sydney Sweeney.
have a look at her from the nose up.
she's
Just look
got
at
a-
her from the nose up.
she's got a
Look
bit
from the
of it.
nose up. I'm just looking from the
Yeah,
nose up.
she's got a bit of
What's
it in
the
the face.
term
Yeah.
for that? That's not ableist, but that's bad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. for having an opinion.
Who's looking at Sydney Sweeney from the nose up?
No one. No.
Whose kink is that?
Okay, so my problem is when I see someone, I've got to find, because in my head I'm like I'd have sex with you, but you probably wouldn't for me. But I've got to find something on you that I don't like, so I can say that I wouldn't fuck you either. And it's just how my brain works as a defense mechanism.
So you're saying you wouldn't have sex with someone with Down syndrome?
No, I'm not saying that.
You're like the guy who asks a girl out and she says no, and then you're like, well, I didn't want to anyway. You're fucking
You've got Down
ugly
syndrome.
bitch.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that would say it or do it. Like I'm not. I swear to God, I'm too. I swear I've got too much empathy in me to make someone feel that bad.
Yeah, I'd fuck
That's
you.
what I gather from this podcast. You're an empath.
A classic West End empath.
You've shown all the signs.
He's going upstairs to do yoga after this.
The man who would sell his children for some fucking sewer oil is just has so much empathy.
There's the slave trader, and he's like, I feel bad for you. And then ships him off.
I see what I mean. Like, it's just.
I feel really guilty.
Defense mech. Like, when I look at him, like, oh, your teeth are a bit fucked up. You know what I mean? And then it's almost like it puts them down to my level. You know, and I'll find like, well, your left leg's longer than your right. That's fucking weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's anyway.
That's normal.
And I can usually find the thing on them
That's a
that
genuine
they cry about in the mirror at home. Do you know what I'm saying?
You sound the direct opposite of empath, right? But it sounds like I can tell by looking at someone if they've got Down syndrome, and I know what they cry about in the
There's going to be a new word for it. Unpath. Yeah. We remove the pathy.
I don't then use that information for the for bad. Do you know what I'm saying?
To justify in your
He has-
mind
he
why
does-
I'm better than them.
I feel like I've dug this hole.
Weaponized empathy, dude.
I'm just gonna put the shovel down. It's fine.
I
I'm gonna
can
put the shovel down.
I feel that you're insecure about your teeth, and I'm telling you that now. That's weaponized empathy. Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh, you got your tits done? Probably should have got your teeth done. You know, like, I don't know. You probably should have threw that money somewhere where, yeah. Neck skin? No.
He might be the ultimate empath.
Yeah,
Maybe.
You're up
Maybe.
there.
He might be the one true empath.
I might be, yeah. To get him over the board to fix what's really broken about him as a person.
You watch him walk through like a crystal shop and they like resonate with him, like shaking towards him.
all the crystals start cracking. We can't handle this, man.
Oh, you're Crystal. You don't look purple as that, Crystal. Shit, Crystal. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, no, thanks for being in, Neil.
That was fun, man.
Thanks
Thanks for having me.
Do you have anything you'd like to promote?
I got a bunch of shows coming up, so yeah, a lot of the Australian cities in October and November. That's about it. Just follow me on socials.
Yeah, and if you're keen on it,
Website, tickets all on your website?
Yes. Yeah.
you can also follow Comedy Untamed. Neil runs Comedy Untamed from Sydney, and we do it once a month here in the Guilt-Free Comedy Cellar. So we have a vested interest in promoting it.
Very blessed to have it here as well. So yeah, thanks very much.
It's all good, man.
All right.
We love it here.
Till next time.
Till next time. What did I say last time? What was the last thing I said?
You were about to do Julian's thing.
What was
I
it?
could hear you say stay.
No, I wasn't going to
positive.
say that. No.
Stay negative, test positive.
Stay tuned. Check us out. Follow us on all the socials. And if you liked what you saw today, give it a share. So some other cunt. See you next time.
Bye bye.